Alright, week 4, assignment 3. Okay, this is volume of cones, and it's kind of like the volume of pyramids. It's area of the base times the height divided by 3. Now here, we have to find our area, so let me write down the formula here. So I'm going to have volume equals pi r squared times my height. I'm just going to do big H here, all over 3. Now my radius is easy, it's given. My height is easy, it's given. And I just plug and chug, right? So I have pi, my radius is 9, then squared it, times my height, which is 17, all over 3. So I'm gonna multiply the pi last. So I have 9 squared, which is 81, times 17 equals 1377. So I have 1377. I'm going to put the pi at the end. Just move it around because it's multiplication. You could do that. Now, 1377 divided by 3. So again, I'm going to do that pi at the end. And write my units as well. So I have 1377 divided by 3. It's going to be 459. Now, if I wanted to leave it in terms of pi, then you would be done. But we want to eat the pie, so now we're going to multiply it. So my final answer here, my volume is equal to 459 times pi. So times and then the pi symbol. And it's going to be 1441. So I'm going to round up to the nearest integer. 1441, 1442. So 1442. And it's yards cubed. Remember, volume is cubed. And that is my answer for the first one. Okay. So now the next one, number 8, you see it's the same steps. Pi r squared times my height right here times 1/3 or divided by 3, and then you get that one. Now the next one we're going to do together, it is more challenging. It's just because we don't have the height. So let's get the height. I'm going to start there. So now my volume, just going to write it down again. Volume equals pi r squared times my height all over 3. Now this is what I want to find. I want to find how tall this cone is. What is its height? And if you can see it right away, this is a right triangle. So now we know that 27 is the whole diameter, so half of 27 is my radius. So my radius is 27 divided by 2 equals 13.5. So my r here, 13.5. And this is kilometers. Remember, we'll do units at the end. 13.5. So I have my R. I don't know what my H is. And this is 22.5, my hypotenuse. So now I have to do, yep, you guessed it, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So I'm just going to say H is my B. My A is 13.5. 13.5 squared plus B squared, I'm trying to find, and C is 22.5 squared. Hopefully you get nice numbers, because all these decimal points. 13.5 times 13.5 equals 182.25. So I got 182.25 plus b squared equals 22.5 squared equals 22.5 times 0.5. 506.25 equals 506.25. Now I gotta subtract 182.25 to both sides. Cancels out. Bring down my b squared. It's equal to, hopefully we can see it, 506.25 minus what? 182.25 equals 324. Hey, look at that, 324. So b squared is equal to 324. So now I'm not done with this. I'm just gonna keep working here. B squared is equal to 324. I have to square root both sides to get rid of my exponent on top. So now I have b is equal to square root of 324. Is it a whole number? Is it an integer? It is. 18 times 18 is 324. So b equals 18. Now b, I set it equal to my height. So h, so this is my height of the cone. So these are the same. It's 18 kilometers. That's a big cone. 18 kilometers. So now I have everything. I have my r and I have my height, and I just plug it in to get my answer. So now pi r is 13.5 squared times my height, which is 18, all over 3. Again, volume equals 13.5 squared, and I just did it, 13.5 times 13.5 equals 182, right? It's right over there. I could just look to the left. 182.25. So it is, have pi here, 182.25 times 18, all over 3. So 18, let's multiply that, so times 18 equals 3280.5. 3280.5. So I have 3280.5, and then the pi is still up there, divided by 3. So now, almost done. So I have to divide that by 3 now. Divided by 3, it's gonna be what? 1093.5. 1093.5. So I have 1093.5 times pi. And now, to simplify it further, we multiply by pi. So, final answer, 3435.33. I'm just going to keep it at 3435 as my nearest integer. Let's write that down, 3435. 35. And that's kilometers. Volume, it is cubed. Exponent of 3. 3435 kilometers cubed. And this is your volume for the second problem. Okay, so number 10, you're looking for the radius. Let's keep going. Number 10, 11. Alright, so the word problem is a bit difficult just because we've got to figure out what it's trying to say. So let's read it. So Caitlin, must build a sandcastle in the form of a square pyramid. So right here is a square pyramid, and it's her school project. She bought 3 bags of sand from Home Depot or Lowe's or Comerc, wherever you guys want to go shopping. Walmart, H-E-B. Each containing 1,200 inches cube of sand. So will she have enough sand to build the castle? Alright, so we know she had 3 bags of sand. So let's look at that. How much sand she has. So Caitlin, alright, has, I'm just going to put K, has 3 times 1,200 inches cubed of sand, which is how much sand in total. Let's use our handy dandy calculator. So 3 times 1,200 should be 3,600. So she should have 3,600 inches cubed of sand. And here's the thing. If the volume of the pyramid is greater than this, then she doesn't have enough. If it is less than that, then she has enough. That's what we're trying to figure out. The volume of the pyramid. So volume of the pyramid here. So volume, let me just write it up to the side. So volume equals area of the base. Alright, so area of the base, big B, times the height, divided by 3. That's area of the base times the height. Now the B is going to equal the square, so length times width, or side times side, however you were taught. So it's going to be, sorry, it glitched, length and width. Bring it down some. Now my big B is equal to 25 times 25. Was it 625 last time? Let's see, 25 times 25. 25 times 25. Yes, 625. So 625 inches squared. So equals 625 inches squared, since it is area. So we just found out the area of the base of this guy. Now our height is given as 18 inches. So this is how tall it is from the area of the base to the peak of the mountain, or the pyramid. So that's B. We have our H and we have our B. So we have everything to find the volume. So now let's put it together. Volume equals area of the base, which is 625. And now my height is 18. And I gotta divide that by 3. So I'm just gonna multiply. Let me undo that. Okay, so I'm just gonna multiply the top first. So 625 times 18 equals 11,250. So that's a big number. So let's do it again. 625 just to make sure, times 18 equals 11,250. So 11,250 divided by 3, which then equals divided by 3. 3750. 3750 inches cubed. So is 3750 greater than 3600? Yes, it is. Does Katie Lynn have enough sand? No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. She doesn't. No, she doesn't. And now she's sad, right? Because she can't build her sandbox or her sand pyramid castle. Alright, that is how you do that one. Now the next one, it's a little confusing, the wording, but we just gotta break it down some. Let's read it. The cylinder to the left contains two congruent hollow cones. So let me kind of shade this in. So if you can't see it, it has this right here, and then it's hollow. I don't know, why would you need that? Maybe a hourglass or time glass full of sand. Maybe okay, I could put sand in here and make a little watch or timer. But this is hollow. This is hollow. This is hollow, and this is hollow. So we got to understand what the question is asking for. The cylinder to the left contains two congruent hollow cones. So these cones are hollow, right? If the cylinder's height, if the height, it's right over here, the height is equal to 20 inches. So from here to here, it's 20 inches. The diameter is 14 inches. So it's saying from here to here, it is, well, to here, right? It is 14 inches. Find the volume of the solid. Now, what we're trying to find in this scenario, get a good color so you can see the differences. So, what we're trying to find is this. Can you see that? It's the purple. It's this. We're trying to find the solid of this cylinder. So what we have to do is get the volume of the cylinder minus, let's see if I can keep the consistency of this, minus the volume of the cones. And this is going to be your answer. So answer, right? Whatever it is. So I don't know how long this is going to take, but let's just find out the volume of the cylinder first. So the volume of the cylinder is going to be, let me write that down. So volume of cylinder, abbreviate, volume of cylinder equals area of the base times the height. So it's still big B times height, comma. Now the volume of the cone is equal to, again, area of the base times the height all over 3. Now here the bases can be shared since they're both the same circles. Now the height of the cones, it's going to be different because there's 2 cones. So we have to do one at a time and then add them, but we'll see. We'll figure this out. Alright, so let's do the easy one first. Let's do the cylinder. So volume equals area of the base. So big B, let me just write it down here. Big B equals pi r squared, which is radius. Oh, half the diameter, which is 7 inches. So you got pi 7 squared, so we got 49 pi. Okay, so just to keep things easy, I'm going to keep it in terms of pi until the very end. So my big B is equal to 49 pi. And now my height of the cylinder, so my height is 20. So volume of the cylinder is big B 9 pi times 20. So volume of the cylinder is 20 times 49 pi. So let's see. (49 times 20) equals 980 pi. So here, 980 pi. Alright, so that one's done. Now, volume of the cones. So here, we keep it in purple. So V of cone, or cones, right? So volume of the cones, it's area of the base. So I'm just going to plug it in. Volume of the cone, so V co, is the same thing. So 49 pi. 49 pi. Now my height is half of 20, which is 10. Half of 20, which is 10. All over 3. Now, I have 2 of these cones, so to make it easier, I could just multiply by 2. So all this times 2. And that will save us a lot of work. So what's 10 times 49? 49 should be 490 pi all over 3. And my 2 is still on the outside. So 490 divided by 3. Let's see. You got 490 divided by 3 equals 163.33. Now, I don't normally do this, but I'm going to multiply it by 2 now. That's going to be our number we're looking for. So again, 490 divided by 3. I'm doing the inside first. And then that's 163.33 times 2 times the outside. And it's 326.67. So I get my V equal 326.67. And my pi is still with me. This is V co, my volume of the cones. So this is both cones now. That's both cones. Yeah. And now I have to subtract this. So this minus that is going to be my volume that I'm looking for. So my volume, let's make this in red. My overall volume, and then I'll multiply it in. My V all, or V, is equal to, let's do 980 minus 326.67 equals 653.33. So it is 653.33, and this is still in pi, and the units here is inches cubed. So this is if you leave it in cubed, I mean in pi, but here I still got to multiply by pi. So let's multiply by pi. Times pi. So 2052, let's see, 2052 So 2052.49, if we round up, that'll be 0.5, which we have to round up again. So 2053 if it's a whole number or integer. So it's going to be 2053. My volume of the solid is 2053 inches cubed. So this is my final answers. Circle it, square it, box it. That is how you do these. Alright guys, so again, hopefully this understands. I know it doesn't beat being in person, but I try to color code it, make it nice and pretty, so you guys won't get bored of just one monochrome color. Again, if you have questions, let me know, email me. I'll be more than happy to answer and try to figure out what your question is and what your doubts are. Alright, so thank you again, take care, keep it PG, take it easy, and I'll see you next time.